Welcome to the AI Takeover. I'm excited to get back on it and get going. There's a lot of changes happening in the world of AI. I get a lot of people that talk to me and go, "Hey man, I got ChatGPT and I got whatever, I get pretty much good use out of it, but I'm just kind of using it for this, that, and the other. But I'm seeing all this stuff on the internet that it can do, and I've been getting a lot of that about what it can do and how to use it, but no one knows how to use it. So what my focus is today is whether it's ChatGPT, Google Gemini, or Claude, whatever the LLM you're using, and that's what those are called. Those are called large language models, LLMs. Whatever the LLM or chatbot you use, I'm going to show you focusing on ChatGPT because it was kind of like, the first one out the gate, and a lot of them have 98% of the same features. So I'm going to show you a lot of these features that you're probably not using in ChatGPT that can cross over into Gemini and Claude and all of that. Okay, so first thing I want to do is just let everybody know, as I've been preaching forever, AI ain't going nowhere. And I commend all of you that are using it and that are beginning to jump in the waters of AI. The President Trump has just launched America's AI Action Plan. So there are billions of dollars, and this you're going to get this document, so you'll get to see some of this. There are billions of dollars about to be allocated to bring AI. We're trying to compete with China. China's, catching up with us right now. I think we number one, but they got a very close second. And so we're trying to compete with China and all these other people being kind of the masters of AI. So, and this started with the Biden administration. So this isn't even about politics or how someone may feel about Trump. Biden had already started some of this, but I guess maybe when he had his health problems, it stopped. So President Trump is picking this up. But there are initiatives from the United States to really implement AI in the federal government and in all places. And I can assure you, I can promise you, your company, I don't care what they say, they are looking into AI. And here's the statement that I make all the time. And I can't say I created it, but AI is not going to take people's jobs. People that know how to use AI will. My goal is to make sure that our people, are some of the people that know how to use AI. You got to imagine you have a company that has a team of 10 people that do spreadsheets. But if 5 of them know how to use AI to produce reports on spreadsheets and different things like that, who you think they're going to keep? Because you can produce more, you can get more done, you can get more reports out. Why would you keep 10 people when 5 people can do the job of 15? So don't think your company is not looking at that. I promise you, every company is. No matter what they try to preach, it's about bottom line. So I created, so here's America's Action Plan. You can look at that at your own time. I created some fake use cases, some companies that we're going to work with as we move forward. All right, so let's get going. Now I'm going to start putting some of these terms out there because y'all need to know them as you move into this AI space. Okay, seems like everybody here is ChatGPT. Does anybody play with Google or Claude? Okay, yeah, right. You all of them. Okay, got it. Okay, perfect. So again, we're going to build this off of the main features in ChatGPT, and they will transfer over to Google and Claude, and I'll show you, and I'll tell you of some of the differences. Okay, so let's get into it. ChatGPT has a free tier. How many of you are using the free tier? I hear, oh, I'm going to do some demonstrations in the free, and I'm going to do some and show you what the paid. So there's a free tier of ChatGPT. I'm not going to go into a whole lot of technical specifics, but I would recommend anybody, start off there. If you're still new to it, if it's working for you, then stick with it. I think after I show you some things today, especially those of you that got businesses, you might consider moving to the paid tier. So they have a free tier. They have ChatGPT Plus for $20 a month and $200 a month. I'm not paying $200 a month. So, but again, that's for, depending on what you need it for. $20 a month works for me. So let's go into some of the features. I'm just not going to mess around a lot. I'm going to open up I'm going to start with the free tier, and a lot of this is going to transfer over into the paid. But when I get into some of the features that only the paid version, then I'm going to come over to, this is my ChatGPT, the paid version. But I want to walk through the free tier so that you know what it looks like, and I'm doing it as if you are doing it. So let's start with I'm going to walk through some of the basic stuff and then show you some things you may or may not know. So first of all, for those of you who got the free version, and you can do this, everything I'm doing right now, you can do in the paid version. I'm going to go, the chat bar, everybody knows what this is. This is what's called the chat bar. This is where you type in your prompt. But let's go into some settings. This is a lot of times people don't do this. You're going to go to the little icon at the bottom, and you have custom GPT or settings. Here's what I'm going to show you something. Okay, this is basic, the thing, you can change, to dark, light, all of that, right? Notifications, I don't mess with a lot of that. Memory. This ChatGPT and most all the LLMs save the conversations in memory. This is how you can go back into a chat and you can ask it stuff and it can remember, if you notice, it may have remembered some stuff from a conversation you had earlier with it. This is why, because it has memory turned on by default. I recommend leaving that on. I'm going to show you if you want to do something and you don't want it to save it, I'm going to show you a way to do that. This is a feature in it. Connected apps. I don't know if y'all know this. You can connect your ChatGPT, and I am in the free version, to Google Drive or your Microsoft OneDrive so that you can download files or share files from these services. Now, at any time, if y'all have questions, stop me. Just say, hey, I may not see because I got one screen here. So you may have to unmute and say, hey, I have a question. Feel free to stop me if you have anything. But you can connect ChatGPT to Google Drive, download your files and things like that. Data controls. I'm not going to go much into this, but I don't know if y'all know this, but you can share links. So like if you do a chat, like, here's a chat where I was, I don't know why I was looking up. I was looking up the largest city in the United States. And, but say if I wanted to share this with Larry, here's a feature here. You click share and then it creates a link. Can y'all see what I'm doing?
Yes.
Okay, y'all got to talk. I want to make sure I'm not going too far. You copy a link and then you can send it to. And so if I send this, I'm going to copy this to the chat. You guys can open up your chat GPT and see the conversation. Has anybody used this shared feature?
Yes.
Okay. So that's one short little quick feature. Here's something else. And I'm gonna get down to some of the nitty-gritty. Memory. On the subject of memory, ChatGPT has, now remember I said it saves the chat and it keeps track of your chat. So say you want to talk about something, but you don't really want it to save it. Before you start typing in here, you go here, turn on temporary chat. So we talked about, here's another feature, temporary chat. And what this says is this chat won't appear in history, use or update chat GPT's memory, or to be used for our training models. Because what all these LLMs do, whether it's Google, ChatGPT, Gemini, it uses your information to train it. It helps it understand how you talk. It may provide information and different things like that. You're saying, I just want to chat. I want to get some information. I don't want you to save this. I don't want you to keep this. Then turn on temporary chat and then, go in and type, do your chats. Okay. That's another feature. Feature number 3. We're going to get down to some good stuff. Sora. Now I'm still in the free version. I don't know if you know this, but in ChatGPT, they have a video creator called Sora. Now, what's taking the news is VO3 by Google. We're going to show that in a minute, called Sora. You can create videos with it. I think it's like 8 seconds. So I may want to say, create a video of a cat walking on the moon. And this is in the free version. Now it may take, oh, did I not log cat walking on the moon? You're going to be that way. This is new, making me create let me try something else. Let me try it another way. Okay, create, yeah. This is new. Or at least 3 characters. Use a username. Oh, shoot. Joseph. I don't know. I just want to make a point here. This is new. I don't typically create videos with this. Oh, you got to be kidding. All right. I'm not going to make y'all sit through that. But you create, apparently it's making you see like these people got usernames. So what it does is for every video you create, it puts it in like its library so that everybody can see it. I hadn't planned on going through all that, but y'all get the point of what I'm saying here, right? Y'all get the point. Do you want to see a video? I can do that.
I do.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's fine. I'll create a user account. ChatGPT being difficult. All right, let me find a name. It ain't gonna bother me. How about J-Rob United? Okay, J-Rob United. 25. Thank you. Okay, so now it's adding it to queue. Y'all see what's happening here? So now here's the difference in the free version and the paid version. With the free version, I think it allows you to create maybe 2 videos. Now it's going to be like maybe just a few seconds, but you can use this like for your marketing where you can just kind of like say if you have a picture, say for instance, some of you guys are in entertainment and music, you may have I should have did something like a choir singing at a church. And then, you can add that as B-roll to your video. Okay, it's ready. That was quick. So let's watch the video. Video, add a helmet to the cat. Great. You have to buy a plan. All right, you being funny now. So apparently then it lets you bring an image, but it will not do videos. That's interesting. It let me get this far on the free plan. Interesting. Okay. Again, I don't use ChatGPT for my videos, so I'm surprised they got it there and don't let you create. So we can do an image. All right. Let me grab one of my Geminis. Hold on. So obviously the video feature does not work on the free because it created an image, but it did not animate it. So, and then of course, after I tried to do something, it said I had to upgrade. So let's do an image. How about this? Add it to queue. And I do know there's a limitation with the free version. They give you a limitation of, I'm not sure how many. All right. Well, while that is going, any questions about what I've said thus far? So we talked about the chat bar. I showed you how to take it out of memory. The video editor, Sora, I know in the paid version, it will do it. And I'll go to the paid version and create one when we go over to that. It does create images. All right. Here it is. Act right. There we go. I don't know. So I just said, a food graphic photo of braised pork ribs. This is an image I created with Google a while back. Can y'all see what I'm doing? Let me look.
So he gonna tease us with food this early in the morning.
Let me pause. Any questions? Any thoughts? Any questions about where I'm at so far? I just wanted to show you some of the capabilities in. I was getting hungry. Yeah, I know, right? Some of the capabilities and the reason why I use this prompt because when we go over to Gemini, I created this originally in Gemini. You'll see how the similarities are and the differences and which one is stronger. Okay, so Sora does not work. The video creation does not work. It does do imaging. Web search. All right. Here's the other feature. Let me go back to my chat. So if you go to tools, you see here, and I'm in the free version still. Of course, you can do this plus in the paid version. Create an image, think longer, deep research, web search, canvas. Deep research, let me minimize this window so I can see. Web search is just that. Normally, most of these LLMs do not search the web. Now that changed. Google always has because Google was the internet, Now all of them can search the web in some capacity. Of course, free version limits how many searches you can do versus the paid version. But now you can tell ChatGPT to write a 300 review of the state of AI. Now, if I don't select web search, what ChatGPT does and all of them, they have a database that they build all of their stuff off of. And I think the database goes up to January of 2025. So if I don't select turn on web searching and I ask it about something that may have happened last week or something like that, it won't know about it. But if I say, turn on the web search, it's going to search the internet. So let's just say write a 300-word review of the state of AI, and then I'm going to turn on web search. So now it's going to search the web, and I'm going to show you guys something too with the prompt. Where my Howard is here, Larry, you might know. I'm going to show you guys something when you're doing a prompt and you don't know what to prompt it for, and you don't know how to prompt it. I shared a hack with the Mavericks that pretty much works every time, giving you what you need. So here's a 300-word state on artificial intelligence, and you can also, and it's cited the sources. Can y'all see this? Talk to me. Let me stop. Can y'all see it?
Yes, I see it.
Okay. All right. I'm just showing you some quick features, and then we're going to go into creating some stuff. We're going to use some examples. I love deep research. Can you share that URL? Yes. So let's go into deep research. So now I want to say provide a detailed, I don't know, where my educators at? Give me some detailed report of the history of Bitcoin. Now, when you select deep research, and you notice, so you see what it did there? 5 left. So it tells you how many you got on the free version. Can y'all see that? Because you have the free version said, I can only use this about 5 more times. Okay. But we're going to say deep research. So now it's going to take a little longer, but it's going to go in depth, search the web, and do it like my doctoral students, like my master's students, just like if you were doing research for a project at school. It's going to go even deeper. So it's just not going to search the web and pull up stuff like a Google search, but it's actually going to do research. And let me show you, provide a detailed report on the history of Bitcoin and where it is as of the 25. And if y'all got some stuff you want me to do, we can do it. Just holler it out. Say, hey, try this. Because a lot of this I want to do with y'all. That's why I want to get past some of this. So now, oh, this is perfect. This is perfect. Y'all see what it just did? To create the most useful report, could you please clarify the following? Now it's asking me questions so that it can go. Because if I came to you, you're a researcher, you're a doctoral student, I say, I need you to research Bitcoin and where it is as of today, you're just not going to take off. You're going to be like, okay, let me get a couple things clear. And so now this is what it's doing. So now it's going to be digging deep. I'm going to answer the questions. And when you get prompts like this, because I'm going to show you how to start prompting like this, because this is how you're going to get the most out of your prompt. I'm going to show you a hack as soon as I'm done with this. What level of detail are you looking for the history of Bitcoin? You see what I'm saying? Because now you're a researcher. You need to know what am I looking for? So let's just say major events. Okay, you hold the shift key, hit the space bar. It'll skip a line. That's how you skip a line. If you don't know that, just FYI. Should the report include legal and regulatory history? Yes, I'll say yes. I'm just throwing it out there. 3, are you interested in Bitcoin as a technology or an investment? Investment. See, now it's going to it's guiding the research. We're giving it more detail. 4, do you want the 2025 portion to focus on its price, adoption, regulation, technical changes, or how about societal impact? All right, and what I'm doing, I'm showing you some of the various things you can do with ChatGPT. We just made it search the web. So then it isn't just because if you don't tell it to search the web, it will only go off its database of information, which I think, again, we can ask ChatGPT how far does its information go up to. So now it's starting to research. It is searching every aspect of the internet, even getting scholarly articles to get this information. So now it's playing the role of a student, a college student or a researcher, and it's digging deep. So the response is going to take a little longer because it's now not just grabbing a website that says Bitcoin, but it's actually reading it and it's going through it. So if you have something you want deeper research, like Lewis said, I think you finished with school, but it could have helped, with like some of the research you're doing, and it will cite the sources and all that kind of stuff. But even if you're not in school and you're just trying to say you want to do a really good study and understanding on home care for seniors, and you want to do some research on that and some methodologies and some places to go, you can say, I want information on blah blah blah. Make sure you select deep research and it will go really deep. You see how long it's taken, and it's letting you know it's reading. It's not just grabbing sites, but now it's reading, finding information relevant to what you have asked it to do. Let me pause. Any questions? Any thoughts? Have y'all used this? Can you see yourself? Is this of any value? You can say, no, you ain't got to my value yet. I want to hear from y'all. Talk to me.
This is definitely value for me. I have not used any of these tools, and I think it really will help me in my continued work.
Okay, Tanya, you're in school and you do use this. Absolutely. And listen, guys, here's something. I'm going to share something with you in prompting. I'm going to pick on Larry and maybe Howard because y'all been with me before. You can tell it. Remember, ChatGPT is like talking to a human. So you can tell it, and Lewis and those of y'all that's been in school will know what I'm saying. You can tell it only use sources from scholarly sources. Or you can specifically say, go to Google Scholar. Is that what it's still called, Lewis? I can't remember. But you can tell it, only give me scholarly sources. Only do this. It will do what you tell it. The more details you give and treat it like, thank you, Lewis, like you talking to a human, it will do what you tell it. Yeah, so you can say, I only want these, or I only want that. So that's going. So let me share something with you prompt-wise, because that is going, because I want you to see that. Let me duplicate this and get another. Okay, it's gonna make me wait. All right, all right. Anybody else? This, what you've seen, where can you see yourself using some of this, some of the deep research, some of the web search? Just kind of give me some feedback. I want to hit some more features. The last two are where we're gonna put some time in because this is where I think you're gonna get the most in. Canvas is another feature of ChatGPT that's basically, it's like an editing document that shows up on the side. So where everything usually is done inside the chat box here, you can do the canvas, and you can say it's for if like you want to. It's like if you want to write code, or if you want to see a bigger picture of the results, you can just say create a. So say for instance, you want to create a course, create a 4 module course on the. Give me a topic, y'all. Give me something. We're gonna write a course. We're gonna build a course right now.
On the benefits of AI in a church.
Okay. Now I'm going to share you guys a secret. Do y'all remember my little prompt secret, Larry or Howard? When you don't know what to do, make AI ask you. Do y'all remember that hack?
I forgot how you said it, but I literally just tell AI to make this prompt better, and it does.
Okay, it can do that too. Remember, so here are the components of a prompt. The main thing you want to give a prompt to is context. Context is some background, history, information. So if you come over here to me and you say, hey, Jeff, I need a course on AI in the church and in faith-based environments. I'm going to ask you some questions. Okay, well, what kind of church is it? What's the audience? Is it young? You got a lot of young people there. Is it mostly old people there? I'm gonna get context. Y'all follow me? Because the more context you give me, you hiring me, I'm gonna ask you about it. The better results I can give you. Do we all agree?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Well, why not make AI do that? See, this is just simple prompting. And even though telling it to improve the prompt, make it dig deep and get more information so it can get a better prompt. So let me show you. Here's an example. I'm going to take off Canvas for right now. And I'm just going to say, create a 4-module course on the benefits of AI in the church. Let's say in the church or faith-based environment, right? Watch this. Any of y'all ever wrote a course with AI?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I mean, this is nice, right? And this is good. This ain't bad, right? This just here's the understanding AI through a biblical lens. What is artificial intelligence? Blah, 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 blah. Here are the key takeaways. So now you got a course. This ain't bad. But how about this? Before you respond, ask qualifying questions, one at a time, until you're 95, you can say 95% sure you can give the best output. Now watch what it does. Who is the primary audience? Now it's going to dig deep. So anytime you don't really know what prompt to give it, and then you can even tell it, Larry, because it now dug deep, it got context, it got information. Now you can tell it, now improve the prompt. So now it's improving a prompt that's fully loaded with the best information you gave it. Because remember, if you're asking me to design a flyer, or if you're asking me to put together a business plan, and we're going to do that for one of these things, if you're asking me, the more information you give me, context, the better response I can give you. Why not do that with AI? Make it ask you, make it dig down and make you answer some questions. Because it's going to give you a better response. You're going to see the response is going to be better. So who is the primary focus of this audience? Again, we didn't indicate that, but now we're saying, let's just say pastors and church leaders. Now, I said one at a time for a reason. Am I going too fast, y'all?
No.
Okay. Someone can say yes if I am. Okay. I said one at a time. I could just say ask qualifying questions, and it will give me a list of questions. But I wanted to do it one at a time, and there's a specific reason why I said that. So I said pastors and leaders. Bam. All right, Jeff. All right. What's the next question? What is their current level of familiarity with AI? I'm going to say fearful. What is the primary outcome you want from this course? See, this is all stuff that you didn't get in the original prompt. So when you don't know what to do, make AI ask you. Now it's digging deep. Now already you know it's going to have a better customized output because of the context. This is called context. Giving it background, giving it history, giving it some stuff. Give me more information. What do you want? You can't just tell me to write a course. I can throw something together. But if you give me some context, I can put a better thing together. Third, what's the primary outcome you want? I'm just going to say all of the above. See, now it's interviewing me. How would you like the tone and the framing to be? I'm going to say, let's just say A, theological first. We want to be deep spiritual wonders. How about that? Got it. Theological first. Final question, just to get to the 95% confidence. Will this course be delivered live, self-paced, used as teaching material, or a combination of the above? Jimmy, which one you want me to pick?
Combination.
All right. Now, since this will be delivered live, here are the modules. You see how more detailed it gave you? Can y'all see it added scriptures? It gave the key topics. Ask. It gave you questions to ask the team. We didn't get that at first. Are y'all with me? Here's the second module, fearfully and wonderfully made. God hasn't given us the spirit of fear. So now we got scriptures all in our course for the church, but we had to give it more context. It has given us a better response. Use the tools, keep the oil. Okay, that's funny. AI can serve the anointing, not replace it. That's funny. Questions, comments. I just want to show you this prompt hack. Talk to me. Do I need to go over it again? If y'all start using this, go ahead.
I'm sorry, give that prompt again, and then
Sure, I'll put it in the chat.
Okay. In this particular course, for the example, in some of the where it asks questions, can it also give the instructor the answers or some answers to that question?
You mean like a quiz?
Well, it asks a question. So who is the, oh no, that's the other one. But in the course itself, it gave you some questions to ask your class, right? And so for the instructor that's giving the question, can it also give the instructor the answer or some key points to that question that it's asking? Maybe because it's out of their wheelhouse on the question they ask, but it's a good question.
So I'm going to put my prompt in the chat, and I'm going to put brackets around the piece you want to add to every prompt. So that takes your prompt from being simple. I'm getting ready to come to that, Danae. So yes. So let's take what I got here. Anybody else? Because what you basically just saying is add a quiz. Or if you provide, you can say, if you provide questions in a module, give the answers. Which one you want me to do? Give it a quiz, or say, if you ask a question, provide the answer.
Yeah, if you ask a question, give the answer.
Okay, if a question is posed in a module, please provide the answer. But I'm going to do both. The end of the course, create a 5-question quiz.
Can we do one better than that?
Yes. This is what I want y'all to do.
At the end of each section or each module, provide a quiz.
Okay. At the end of each module, provide a quiz. Anybody want to add anything else to it? Okay. So now, and I just took the same prompt and edited it. I mean, I could have created a new one. So y'all, don't get confused by that. I could have just started a whole new one, but I just said, let's just add to it. And it's just going to get, you see, it's going to, now it's got 3 versions. So you can go back to previous version. So now, again, it's asking me a question. I'm going to just say, hey, let me go and run through this real quick. Question, what is the current level of familiarity with AI? I'm going to say A, no exposure at all. Got it. If your audience considers blah, 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 quality, no, what is your primary goal?
All the above.
What is it? Okay. Yeah, you can tell it, even if the answer isn't there. All the above. Are y'all following me?
Yes.
I'm just showing you how to prompt and get better results. This goes for any prompt you use. If you add what I just put in the chat, in the brackets, if you ask qualifying questions. Final question. How do you plan to deliver this course? Or how do y'all want to deliver it? Hybrid, live and in person, via Zoom? How do you want to deliver it?
All the above.
Okay. Okay, that's hybrid. That'll be hybrid. Okay. So now here's the course. Audience, pastor and ministry leaders new to AI. Course goals. Oh, this is going to be perfect for the next feature I want to show y'all. Module, what is AI and why should the church care? Scripture anchor, my people are destroyed by lack of knowledge. Objectives, here's some topics. Prompts for live discussion. Answer to embedded questions. You've likely used AI if whatever, based on some of the topics here. Quiz 1, module 1. What does AI stand for? What of these is a myth about AI? So it has given you, and you can always follow up with prompts and say, fix this, change that. Module 2, I don't like module 2. Make module 2 more biblically sound. make module 3 based off of Matthew 6:13. Are y'all following me? I'm going to stop. I need to hear from y'all.
I'm following well.
Is this helpful? Is it helping any of y'all?
Yeah.
Very helpful.
Yes, sir.
The prompt, I'm gonna stay on this for about 2 more minutes. Always add this element, always ask any prompt. It doesn't matter what you're trying to get it to do. When you don't know what to do, make AI ask you. That is a hack I learned about a year or so ago. And anytime I get stuck, I go, you set what you want to do. I want to give me something you trying to do, Jimmy or Lewis. I'm finna pick on y'all because y'all new. I always pick on new people. Give me of something you're trying to create. Al, how you doing, brother?
I am good. Good
to see you. I'm picking on one of y'all. Somebody, Al, Jimmy, Lewis, give me something you trying to create. You want to do, anything. I'm going to show you how to use this prompt.
You can pick on me.
Okay, come on, Howard.
I'm trying to recruit more volunteers and ambassadors for YLR.
Okay.
And I want a manual. I need to create a manual for orientation and getting them involved.
Okay. Let me go on to the next feature. This is what y'all gonna love. Okay, cool. And we're gonna use the prompt. So let me show you one of my favorite features in ChatGPT. It's called projects. The whole point of projects, it came out like about last year or something like that. It allows you to organize your chats, files, instructions, all into one place. So for instance, you can create a project or a folder, think like this, that's within that folder is all the stuff you could do with your ChatGPT. So you have a folder. So say, Jimmy, you got a project, quote unquote, folder for events, or you may have a folder or a project for particular clients, or you may have a particular folder that says a project called Dr. Bobby Jones. Let's say something like that. And it will have everything related to that project, AKA client, or thing you're trying to do that you don't have to keep creating a new chat every time you go into ChatGPT, but it will remember everything and build from that. Y'all gonna love this. So we're gonna take exactly what Howard just said and build from that. So I'm gonna stay in the paid version. This is projects. This is one of the features of ChatGPT that is very, very, very popular. I'm gonna go to and this comes with the paid version. I am gonna switch back to let's just look at what I did with that deep research really quick, and then I'm gonna go to projects. So if y'all remember, if you can see my screen, we did a whole deep research, and it was taking a long time in the free version. But look at this, what we got. It gave us a huge, everything. It had cites to sources, where it got it from, investment trajectory. Remember, it was on Bitcoin, and it took a little longer. But here is what you do when you use deep research. It gives you a very detailed and comprehensive response after digging in, reading websites, and extracting some of the best information. So I just wanted to show y'all that. That comes from doing the deep research. I'll show you that again when we get over to the next one. I'm going to close this. Let me show you projects. Howard, I'm going to show you how projects are going to be beneficial to everything you're asking for and what pretty much all y'all do. If you got the paid version of ChatGPT, there's a thing called projects. Okay. I'm going to create a new one. I'm going to go into new projects, and I'm going to call it, yes, I should probably have one anyway. I should have this anyway. Yes, Lord.
Free.
So I'm going to treat Yes, Lord Radio, although I am a part of, I'm going to treat it as, well, it is a project. It's part of who I am, what I'm doing, and I'm part of the board. So here's my Yes, Lord Radio project. So this is going to be all things pertaining to Yes, Lord Radio. Now, if you look in here, it don't look no different than what normally you see. You see it very familiar. Here's where the good part comes in. Think of job description. Jimmy hired me to do marketing for his company, or Howard hired me, whatever. He says, here, Dr. Jeff, here are your job descriptions. Your job is to handle social media. Your job is to take care of flyers. Your job is to take care of graphics. Your job is to blah, 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 blah. That's what custom instructions are. I didn't even show y'all that, but custom instructions are in ChatGPT. It's the orders, and it tells ChatGPT what it's going to be, who you are. It's the job description. In the case with projects, it's the same thing. We're going to add instructions. I want y'all to see this. How can ChatGPT help you with this project? Well, what do? You give it information about Yes Lord Radio, and you also provide instructions on what it's going to do. So let's say this is going to be, I'm going to call it Yes Lord Radio marketing. Let me do that. We're just reading it. Yes Lord Radio marketing. Okay. So now you got to give it custom instructions. I can still go in here and prompt just like I do anything else. It looks the same. You can still go in here and prompt. When you add instructions to it, it remembers it and it works a lot better. And you don't have to repeat a lot of steps. Let me show you what I'm saying. So now here it is, Yes Lord Radio. This is where the prompt come in. How do I get custom instructions? I don't know. I need to create custom instructions for this project. Yes Lord Radio marketing. Ask qualifying questions until you're comfortable that you can generate detailed custom instructions. Projects is what a term they're using out here now called, like, agents is kind of a word. I would say assistants or robots, but you can kind of use agents. But this is like your personal assistant you're hiring to help you. So this is going to be your marketing person. So I need custom instructions for this project, Yes Lord Radio marketing. Ask qualifying questions until you're comfortable you can generate detailed custom instructions. Because you got to create custom instructions. You should, to guide it on what to do, but you don't know.
A quick question.
Yes.
So even in that level, I remember we used to talk about giving the instructions, but also adding sort of like a persona, sort of how like you want to come across.
Okay. Yes. Thank you. So one of the things with a prompt, there are 6 elements of a prompt. There's the persona or the personality, and there's the context, which is, your background. Then you give it the task. Tell it, what do you want me to do? Then you can say format it as a table, make it a business document, format it as a resume, all that. Personas, or when you say act as. Has anybody ever heard that before? Well, I guess you have if you're asking. Some of you have not. One of the things you can do in the prompt, it helps it even better. If you remember the Matrix, if you remember, he would just plug in a tape if he wanted to learn karate, and boom, it would just be downloaded to him. Y'all remember that with the Matrix? That's what Act As does for prompting. It can become whoever you tell it. So in this case, let's just say, you can even say, Larry, act as a expert prompt engineer. So when you're trying to fix your prompts, you can say, act as an expert prompt engineer. Look at the prompt below, fix it, make it better. Do y'all understand what the custom instructions are about to this project? I need to hear from y'all.
Yeah.
I heard one person.
So you're making you're gonna make the manual for his Yes Lord volunteer people? That's still what you're doing, or something else?
Yes, Yes Lord Radio is this project is a person you're hiring, and the custom instruction is the job description.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Okay.
Yeah. So yes, it's not necessarily this is the instructions for this project. And so now, remember, this is technical as a robot, whatever. It's going to operate every time you start prompting. It's going to refer to those instructions and give response based on that. So whatever you told it in the instructions is like, oh, okay. So if you say, approach me as King Jeff, matter of fact, I'm going to put that in there. And you'll see every time it responds, it says King Jeff. So these are the job descriptions. These are the instructions for this project. So let's say act as, and because we wanted to give us the prompt, we wanted to give us the custom instructions. Expert in designing custom instructions for ChatGPT. You can make up whatever. It'll become whatever you tell it. Y'all with me?
Yeah, I was going for like maybe bubbly personality.
Go ahead. Act like what?
Like bubbly personality.
Okay, that's not it. That's more of tone, but we're gonna put that in there. We're gonna put that in there. That's more of the tone. So let me do this really quick. Persona is who do you want me to be? What job role? What title? What whatever. Context, I told y'all, is the background, the task. What do you want me to do? You got to have that. Format was, am I doing it in a resume? That's the output. Am I doing it as a table? That's the output. Am I going to do bullet points? That's the output. Format. An example is, here's an example of what I want you to do. You actually cut and paste an example. And tone is happy, sad, firm, aggressive, professional. That's where the tone comes in.
Gotcha. Okay.
Y'all with me? I'll come back to that in a minute.
Gotcha.
So now we're giving it a title or skill, whatever. Act as an expert designer, expert in designing. I should have left it like it was. Custom instructions for ChatGPT. I need to create custom instructions. You see how I'm talking to it? Think of it as like you came in my office and said, Jeff, I need you to create custom instructions for Yes Lord Radio. I'm building a project in ChatGPT and I need custom instructions. Well, what's the next thing I'm going to do? I'm going to ask questions. Well, what are you trying to do, Howard? What do you want? Make it do that to you. When you don't know what to ask it, make it ask you. Ask qualified questions. Oh, I like to say one at a time, but I want to show you this until you're comfortable that you can generate a detail. Here's the difference. Let me say this. Let me put this in here. Oh, wow. It's okay. It remembered. Okay. I'm in my pay version. Okay. It remembers that I tell it one at a time. And that's because, so I want to explain this really quick. I have custom instructions for my whole ChatGPT app and not just the project. And that's one of the things I got. And so it remembered from previous chats, in other words, that when I say ask questions, I do it one at a time. But normally it would just list like 10 questions. Then you have to go through and answer. So if you forget one at a time, that's fine. I just like to make it do one at a time because that way, if I answer question A one way, it may go, oh, well, I need to go over here then. So anyway, that's fine. That makes sense.
Yeah. So so that feature is pretty much in the paid version where it'll keep a history of the things you do. So next time you keep writing prompts and everything, it'll build off of the history you already had.
Well, the free version keeps track, but it's more customized to how you talk in the paid version. So like, I use this term, I use it a lot, one at a time. So it just remembers in so many of my other prompts, and I have created some GPTs that it's like, this is what he means. It just assumes that's what I mean. But yeah, it does keep a history, a more detailed history in the paid version. But the free version keeps a history as well, but you can't use projects in this. So anyway, let me answer this real quick. So first question, what are the primary goals of Yes Lord Radio marketing? Yes, Lord. Is this helpful?
Big time.
One person.
It is. Yes, it is.
Yeah, because that's the part of what's getting me stuck on as far as writing prompts is how to make them better. And I sort of forget. I remember you say you could keep asking this stuff to improve it, but I forgot how you do it without having to rewrite everything. So that's what I was asking about.
When you don't know what to do, make AI ask you. And even if you just can't remember the whole line, ask qualifying questions. Ask me qualifying questions. Just say that. Ask me qualifying questions. You can say one at a time, or it'll give you all the questions at one time. But just say, ask me qualifying questions. If you don't remember nothing else, remember that line. All right. So, okay. Yes Lord Radio is a gospel faith-based radio station because it's going to ask me my demographics. I've done this enough. I know is a gospel faith radio station. Let me just say that. Our primary goals, this is for promoting ad sales and excuse me, sorry. All the above. I'm sorry. All right. Sorry about that. So it has multiple goals. Right. Second question. Who is the primary audience you're trying to reach? I'm just going to say traditional. No, because we have mixture of all. Third question. What platforms or media channels are most important to Yes Lord Radio marketing? Website, social media, stream. We'll just say all. We're not going to limit ourselves. Excellent. So Yes Lord Radio is utilizing a multi-platform strategy. Fourth question. What tone, kind of to your point, and voice should ChatGPT use when creating content and generating ideas? What was that you said, Al?
Bubbly, happy.
So we're going to say inspirational because we want to stay there. Inspirational and faith-based, bubbly. So the tone, yes, or is bubbly, joyful, energetic, and approachable. Yes. Fifth question. What types of contents do you want ChatGPT to generate regularly for this project? So now, Jimmy, Howard, and Lewis, all you guys that's going to be doing things like this is your one-stop shop for, writing your marketing content, because now we're giving it information about Yes Lord Radio. Now, if I had the bio handy, I could just upload it into it. I wouldn't have to go through some of this. But I'm gonna show y'all how to add files to it as well. What types of content do you want ChatGPT to create? We want to do all of it. Marketing, all the above. Sixth question. Are there any signature phrases, hashtag? Are there any, Howard?
Showcase, fellowship, inspire.
Say that one more time.
Showcase, fellowship, inspire.
Okay. So now we're building basically an AI, a little assistant that's centered around marketing for Yes Lord Radio. Are there any types of contents that should avoid? Do we cuss on Yes Lord? No, I'm just kidding. Foul language.
Hell no.
Is that just on my show? That's just on my show.
Not that we want to publicize.
Just kidding. I'm just kidding, y'all. Just playing. I've never said a cuss word in my life.
Oh, pray for you.
All right. Final question. Would you like ChatGPT to include calls to action? Yes. Yeah. That's what CTA. When you see that term CTA, it's called call to action. This means download the app, go to our webpage, like us, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. All right. Here's the custom instructions. So it says you are gospel centered. Remember, this is the job description. It's like a job. Look at it like a job description. You work for Chick-fil-A, you're going to smile when everybody comes. You're going to say, praise the Lord when they walk out the door. Here are the job descriptions. You can do this. If you have the paid version of ChatGPT, I would admonish you to create a project for your own company. And if you have your bio, I'm going to show you how uploading it is going to help. Uploading documents, you have your bio. If you want to keep track of your tax ID and not have to go through folders, you can put it all in a project. And if you need to go, say if you're filing your annual returns, you can go, what is my EIN number? Just go to your project and go, what's my EIN number? And because you uploaded documents in it, it's going to track. But you can also say, I've got an upcoming event on March the 13th, on August 13th doing Stellars, where John Doe, Susie, and da-da-da-da is going to be here. Create me a flyer. And it's going to now take that information. I always say, make it ask you questions. Create me, the layout for a flyer. It'll give you all that. And then it's going to but it's also going to add your tagline. It's going to add all your stuff because it has all this information about you in the project. Let me shut up and does that make any sense? Y'all,
that's a mind blower there. Yeah, I didn't look at the bigger picture of a project. So all the information pertaining to yourself, your company, everything, you can hold in a project, and that can be your database for everything else you do.
Okay.
Yes.
I got a serious question.
Yes.
You're uploading all this information about your company, about whatever that's pertaining to your company. How do we keep that confidential where it's not publicized or used, where ChatGPT will learn from it, but it expose it throughout the internet for somebody else's use? So how do we? And
that's a good question. I will find that out. And I'll try to find that out before we end, because I do know it trains on the data. I'm wondering if you can turn on temporary chat but the challenge is I need to find out. That is a good question. I don't think it does, because I think it stays within the project, but I will confirm that.
That's a very good question. Yeah. I don't want Jimmy Bender, to take Yes Lord Radio secrets and, go out there. And next thing you know, he's a millionaire.
Well, and I asked that because
that's a valid question.
AI has been known to use information like that and disseminate it throughout it disperses it where other people can see it or use it. And people I use an instance, a group of engineers was using AI to build something with a chip and stuff like that. What got done, it was other competitors picked it up. And they got fired over that because that piece of information was released. And I know there's an AI attorney that, and I have to look at my documents that talk about this issue of privacy. I forget the word they use. But yeah, I use it to a certain
You want to make sure that ChatGPT isn't training per se off of your information, or Training may not be a bad thing because that's what you got the project, but you want to make sure it doesn't release it to
Your
expose it.
information.
That is a very valid question I've never heard before. I promise you, if I don't have by the end of the session, I'll have within 24 hours. I will have that answer. That was good. Jimmy Lewis, can you see any usage for this, or do you have questions? I'm not done yet, but I just want to get your take on this. I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
I hear you now.
Okay. Yeah, I'm driving now, but yes, this is helpful, useful, and all that. I'm just absorbing today.
Okay. Yeah, keep your hands on the wheel. Yeah. This is something you guys could use. And again, now you kind of got your own assistant in here. So now here's the final question. So now this is what you do. Now you've got the whole custom instructions. So I'm just going to copy it, and then we're going to go back to, and now it has its quote unquote job descriptions. So now, Howard, and you can also add files. If you got stuff you want to add, Google Docs, any information on your company. But to your point, yes, I will find that out because that is a very, very valid question. But say we had whatever it is you want to add about Yes Lord Radio, it would go in here. Sorry. Yes Lord Radio has ambassadors across the country that help promote the brand and recruit music, etc. I need to recruit more Remember, you come to me talking to me, hey Jeff, I got this ambassador program, and I need a way to recruit more ambassadors. So this is like if you came to me and asked me to do it. I need to recruit more ambassadors. I can't spell, but don't know how to go about it. Can you help me create a plan, strategy, or program to do this? Let's have a conversation. Absolutely. Let's create a full Yes Lord Radio ambassador program strategy that will help you recruit, equip, mobilize new ambassadors across the country, all while keeping the tone faith-filled, energized, and aligned with the mission to showcase, fellowship, and inspire. You see how it took? I never mentioned nothing about showcase, but we provided that information in the custom instructions. So it's smart enough to know, okay, now I know something about Yes Lord Radio. I don't have to tell it this again. Now it's going to start incorporating what I put in those custom instructions and any documents I added. It's smart enough to know when to add it. Y'all see that? Make sense? So and it just put together an ambassador program. The purpose is to build a nationwide team of passionate gospel advocates who will represent Yes Lord Radio, promoting the brand, recruiting artists, spreading the word, and engaging local communities. Core responsibilities of the ambassadors. Boom. Phase 3, strategy to grow the program. It gives all kinds of things, core materials, an ambassador welcome kit, position the program, recruitment campaign. Okay, this is all nice, but I need some actual content. So now I'm going to say, give me the social media content for Facebook, IG, and give me another platform, y'all. Pick one.
Instagram.
Okay, Facebook and Instagram, just those two. Okay.
Yeah, we do
Okay.
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. FITS. FITS.
Can we grow you a little bit too and add you to LinkedIn?
I did.
Okay.
So I said, give me the social media content. I want you to pay attention to what I'm getting at. For Facebook, IG, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Snapchat that I can use to recruit new ambassadors. I need y'all to listen. Certain words play a part. I didn't say give me the social media outline. I didn't say give me the social media strategy. It is going to give you the content, or as they say in social media, how about this? Captions. So it's going to give you the actual text to cut and paste. Y'all have heard that term, write a caption. So instead of just giving you an outline, now I just need you to give me the stuff I can cut and paste and put out there. It will do that for you now that it has this information based on Yes Lord Radio. So I said, give me the social media captions for Facebook, IG, LinkedIn, Twitter, Snapchat that I can use to recruit ambassadors. And how about this? And create a posting schedule for the next 7 days.
They're going to give it to you per platform?
Yep.
Okay.
Look at this. Yeah. They said, let's get you flooding the airwaves and timelines with powerful, engaging social media captions tailored for each platform to recruit new Yes Lord ambassadors, all rooted in the mission to showcase, fellowship, and inspire. Okay. And it said, here's some Facebook stuff. Caption 1, caption 2. So you just cut and paste. If you like them, put them out there. Or if you have a scheduling app where you can put your stuff in there, here's a 7-day posting schedule. You see this? Y'all see this? Day 1, today, IG feed and story. Boom, put one out 10 to 7. Day 2, one at 9 a.m. It recommends the best time to post. Okay, to my TV folk. Yes, I'm going to bring in Jimmy. Yes, Lord Radio is going to be a featured host on the latest Bobby Jones gospel show. Absolutely. Here's a powerful, joyful, faith-filled show and introduction script for Yes Lord Radio as a featured host on the legendary. So it apparently went to the internet, or it assumed by it being the longest running show on BET is legendary. Yes Lord Radio featured host to be spoken by YLR host on air 45 to 60 seconds. Grace and peace, family. I'm Howard Young on behalf of the Yes Lord Radio, blah, 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 blah. I'm honored to be here as a featured host on the one and only Bobby Jones Gospel. Blah, 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 blah. Let me pause. Can y'all see some use for any of this?
Lots of use. Yes.
Tanya?
Yes.
Danae?
And all of this is being, all this stuff, this whole chain and everything is being saved with the project.
Yes, it's saved all within the project. I didn't have to come out of no and start. All this is in the project. So when I go back to ChatGPT, I'm back in my regular ChatGPT. You just select the project. This is all things related to the project. And, and here's that chat, and it tracks the chat, and it keeps it in here. This is just the initial chat. But say I want to design a flyer. You can say, give me the content for a flyer. Or you can say, I need a flyer for our next radio event on Saturday, September. I'll say August is next year. How about this? August 16th. So give me the layout. Oh, you can say, I use Canva to design my flyers. Okay, let's see what it's.
So it's going to give you the prompt to just drop into Canva.
Well, it give you a prompt, or we can say a prompt, or you can say the format. Let's see what it does. We didn't give it any context, and we should have said, ask me questions, because it don't know the date, but let's see what it does. This is where asking qualifying questions comes in. But let's see what it does. All I gave it, well, I did give it the date, but I didn't give it a time. So let's see what it does. See, so quick questions. It knows, okay, I need more information. So this is why one at a time, I like one at a time, because it gave me all 8 questions. But you can just go by and answer. What's the name of the event? What time does it start? Where's the location? Who's the guest performers? Purpose, blah, blah, blah. So I'm just going to throw something together and let's see what it does. Event, ILR live in Nashville. Question number 2, time, 10/3. Location, Tennessee State University. 4, and then I'm going to stop and end because we've gone on a bit. I want to make sure I'm not overwhelming you and that I'm helping you guys. I'm going to listen to you, and we'll go wherever you want to go after this. Location 4, special guest, Dr. Jeff Robinson and singers. 5, purpose, live broadcast. 6, host, Dr. Bobby Jones and Howard Young. I'm just throwing something together. Call to action, share with a friend. What we want this to do, 8 colors, blue, white, and gold. Okay. And it says, once you provide that info, I'll suggest a flyer layout. Text you can paste directly into Canva. Y'all see that? An AI prompt to use in Canva's magic design if desired. Did y'all see that?
Awesome.
Perfect. Here's your ILR Live in Nashville flyer. And here's the stuff you can paste right into Canva. Canva can do AI now. So it can design a prompt. So it gave you the prompt. Design a gospel radio flyer with a bold, inspirational vibe using blue, white, and gold as the main colors. So let's, now remember we can design images. So give me the prompt. You're doing all this right here. Here's an AI image prompt. So now it's creating an image for the flyer.
This is powerful.
Jimmy, I want to hear from you, bro. This is your first time. Is any of this good for you? It's okay? Or Jeff, you suck. Go to hell.
It's great.
I'm sorry. Did we run Miss
I
Mary
have some
off?
questions about like legal stuff,
Okay.
like some legal questions. Like if somebody created a song, you can't go out and just like publish that song and make money off of it, right?
You mean like a song through with AI?
We can just use it and it's nothing.
Yes. So the stock, and I know they're going through it's they're going through a lot of some legal things now. But typically, and let me see how can I explain this. When you use AI to create it, you know how you can, okay, y'all get this. You know how you can change a song enough that although you may have gotten inspired by Marvin Gaye, but you can change a couple of lines in it or turn tones in it enough where you can still use it as yours. Does that, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, so
It's
we
kind of
don't.
like that. Huh?
So we don't have those parameters, those set up as we speak.
What do you
Oh,
mean?
you mean copyright infringement?
Yeah, like I can't take this song I made off AI and then go
Oh,
put it
you
on
talking
iTunes
song?
and sell it. I mean, just
No,
anything.
no, 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 no. Hold on. No. Like I know Suno is being sued and they're working through that. But the way Suno works, for instance, a song, we were talking a song, but you can take this flyer and put it out. Now, if you're talking about selling it, I'm almost sure you can, but I will double check because people are using AI to create images as freelancers and doing things like that. So,
I can actually address it because I do
yeah,
music and production. Um, I'm I'm using it as well. And so as far as writing, you can use AI to write lyrics, you can use AI to write music. And once again, if you're giving it instructions, you're telling it, hey, I want to write a song with this in the subject, things like that. And then it creates it. That is your song. And
that's your creation.
yeah, it's your creation. Now, when it comes to the music production, which I use a lot, when I release music, what they've added now they know that all these AI features are out. What they do now, there's a box you have to check where you let them know this particular production, I used AI to produce it. So they just need to know that you used AI, but you're still able to put it out there and use it and everything. You just used AI to help you, and they just want you to acknowledge that. But it doesn't stop you from releasing your music or production.
And like if you
Excellent.
use something like Suno, people are creating playlists and monetizing them. And I think Suno is working with what's the streaming service? What's the streaming service? Come on,
I
y'all.
think title.
Is it Tidal? But another one, it's a big one. Spotify. Oh my, no.
Yes, Spotify.
I think
Yes,
it's
Spotify.
Spotify. Or what's the other one? Anyway,
Pandora.
I think it's Spotify, but they are working in conjunction where you can create playlists. Where they're using Suno to create playlists. Like I said, I know Suno is going through a lawsuit now, and they're getting down to the particulars of it. But especially like with the paid version of Suno, that stuff is yours. That's your creation. That is your creation. And so you can use that. But as far as, but this flyer, you can use this. Now, y'all see this flyer. I mean, if you don't like it, of course, change it. But if you put this flyer on you put this image on your flyer and put it out there, no, you're fine. Because companies like this, the way the algorithm, for lack of better words, the way the programming works when they put these images together, it grabs, it's still your creation because you're telling it what you want and it's just putting a prompt together to do it. But it knows enough to know, okay, out of all the images that we have in our database in the world, okay, we know not to make it put that on there because that looks like what Leonardo da Vinci. Now there are people that go out and say, make it look like this, and this is where they get in trouble because they manipulate AI to do that. But for the most part, anything you create, for the most part, again, those laws are still being developed. A lot of that is still under that. But like the music and stuff like that, to Al's point, that is still your creation. But I do know, like in Suno, the paid version is definitely yours to keep. Not asking a question. Now, Lauren Moraine is probably a good guy. I think I'm gonna probably get Lauren Moraine on and have him come and talk. So I've talked a lot. I've said a lot. Hey Karen, hey Miss Vera, tell me. And I did not get to GPTs, which is a whole nother thing. But let me show y'all. Let me show y'all this quick, and I'm not gonna create it. But I want to hear from y'all. The rest of the time, I'm not talking no more. So can y'all still see my screen?
Yes.
So a GPT is basically like a little app you create in ChatGPT. So for instance, I created a GPT called Process Pro. I called it Process Pro Smart Automation Planner. One of the things I'm doing with my business is I want to help companies and small businesses learn, let's see what we can automate. Let's see where AI can help you, and then, if you're interested, hire me, come in and we'll come implement some AI stuff. There's AI, there's workflows, automations, and then there are agents. So what this does is ask a series of questions. It's like a little applet that you can create in ChatGPT. Very, very similar. Let me just show you. I'm not going to create, but you call it create a GPT. And, it asks you the name, description, custom instructions. That look familiar, y'all? The knowledge base. I add files to it. Do you want to search the web, create images, all that kind of stuff? It's a little bit more in depth than a project, but it's like a little applet. The reason why I'm telling y'all this because I'm gonna have y'all test it. I need y'all to test it, and and all you do is I probably prompt you, have you say hello, and then it'll kick off, and it's a 5-minute automation assessment where it discovers what systems you could use to save time and money. I need y'all to tell me, oh, this thing help, so I can tweak it. And you don't have to be a big company. You can just be one person that's how to do better ministry at your church. I want to be able to be able to say, put this out here and just say, hey, y'all put your information in there, and then it'll help me understand. Okay, well this is what you need, if you want me to come do it, or, what you need to do. You've been in my sessions, go do it. But to help you learn what can be automated. But that's what a GPT is, just a little app that you can create in ChatGPT. If you're interested, I'll schedule something like in the next 2 weeks, and I'll show y'all where we focus just on that. Because you can also have an app, like for instance, I got a GPT where I take my pastor's sermons, take the transcript of it, and then I write content for social media. It's just a little app that does it. Now you say, what's the difference between that and projects, right? Is that what y'all thinking?
No, I can see it's totally separate because it's instead of like going through the steps one by one, it's just like say you're giving it the instructions to make everything automated. So I think that's the biggest difference.
Yeah. And so you may say, well, can't you do that in projects if you just give it the custom instructions? Because you just showed me. And you can. I could have a project called Lecture or Sermon Insights where I tell it in custom instructions. I want to, every time I paste a transcript of my pastor's sermon, I want you to write a podcast from it. I want you to write social media content. The small differences is with projects, GPTs, you can kind of put out there to the world. You can send to, hey, I got this little app. People that ultimately, this is going to be like the Apple iTunes store. Jesus Christ. That ultimately people will be able to sell these, where the projects kind of stay within house. That's the biggest
Oh
difference.
yeah, the App Store. Because
thank you. What did I
just
say? App Store.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
because I just learned about that because there's certain programs or apps that you can't get in the Apple App Store, and one of the reasons I found out is because everything you buy in the Apple App Store, Apple gets a portion of it. So even though you created the app and the program, whatever, in order to be in Apple's App Store, they'll get a bit of the portion. So let's say the app's $20, they'll get 50 cents off it.
And I respect that. And ChatGPT is getting ready to do the same thing with GPTs. So instead of making a Yes Lord marketing specific for Yes Lord, I can create a GPT for, small business marketing that can do the same thing. That when you ask it, it can create flyers for you. It can do this. It can do this. It's just that, again, those go out to the world, so to speak, where the project stays within. It's kind of like in-house work. Those are some of the major differences. But I could do the same thing with a project if I really wanted to. But again, projects. I said I was going to stop talking, and I am getting ready to stop talking. Talk to me.
Yeah, I think you just hit it right on the head. With projects, it's for you. Where with the CPT, it's an app that you're doing the same function for, but you're giving it to other people to use.
Yes. That's probably the most simplistic way of explaining it. Yes. Projects allows you to manage your stuff in-house. It's kind of like in-house assistance, and apps looking at like the app stores. Talk to me, guys. How was this helpful to any of you guys? Or how can you see, or what do you want me to do? Whatever time you want, I dedicate to you. What do you want me to do?
Could I ask a question?
Yes, ma'am.
In GPT, is that if you want to do a weekly or monthly newsletter?
Yeah. You mean with the GPTs?
yeah, with the GPT?
Yes, ma'am. But you can also create one here. You can create a project called Weekly Newsletter. So think of it like this. The GPTs are if you wanted to like ultimately want to share it with other people, put it out in the world, and maybe even sell it, because eventually they're going to create a store, an app store where people who create GPTs and whatever you got to go through, you can sell those. But you can create a project if you're just trying to do this within house and you don't want to have to keep starting a whole new chat and keep track of the stuff on the left. You can just create a project called Weekly Newsletters. And as I'm not sure where you were, but you can create you can do the custom instructions, and the video will be a replay so we can show you how to do that. You can say basically, this is going to be every time I paste the article in or every time I ask about a subject, create a newsletter. So you can say that. You can say in the custom instructions. So every time you either paste the article in or you say, give me something on the subject of Bitcoin, it'll create a newsletter. What am I saying? It will create a newsletter, or an email
Okay.
or a social media post. I'm sorry. Stop me. Please, y'all stop me.
Yeah, okay. The other is I'm creating a store for my forms. I'm doing caregiver forms that people can download in packages. So
Okay.
it's for new caregivers, for people who are presently caregiving, and for those people who have not
Okay.
or after caregiving. So would I use the GPT app to upload those forms in?
Okay, so are the forms being created specific? So like you just got a form and then anytime that somebody wants it, you just want to be able to send it to them.
No, in the Dr. Vera's Caregiver Workbook has a series of forms. I have been told by ChatGPT that I need to upload those forms so that if people, particularly new caregivers or someone who's in the process of caregiving, can download those forms. So they can download those forms.
Yes.
There will be in packages.
Yes and no. Here's the yes.
Okay.
Yes, you do need to upload those forms, but putting it in a project or something like that is not going to
No,
necessarily.
I was talking about the GPT.
Okay, so what you can do with the GPT, yes. So you can you can put them in a GPT, or the better way to probably really do it, because the point of putting them in a GPT, and let me tell y'all this, for putting them in a GPT or a project isn't so that they can download to other people. It's so that the system can reference those files. So here's an example where you would upload them into a GPT outside of where you would upload them to a GPT if someone's going to use your GPT to get information. It's like, which form do I need and what do I need for this. If they're getting the GPT file upload just serves as knowledge base, guys. That's all it is.
Oh.
So if you want to have it where they can download it, you can create a GPT that pops up like this. Like say I created one that says caregiver form GPT, whatever you want to call it. Let's just call it that. So I would put in the instructions anytime someone asks about, give me describe two of your forms to me, just really quick. One form is what?
Well, let's do financial.
Anytime someone asks about finances or money, send them the link to form, send them this link. And then you would put the link here. Anytime someone asks about healthcare or health and wellness, and so you save it. So if you ask about send them money, send that link. And let me just grab another link. I'm going to demonstrate how it will work. So basically you're creating a GPT to send them a link to go download it. I would recommend, for stuff like that, to not get into anything extensive. You definitely want to upload it to like your Google Drive or something like that. And then you can point them to that link. You can send this GPT and any questions they have. This is where I would use it for your case. I will upload the files, upload information, upload any informative document, and let them have chats with it. And if they say, I need the form, I need to be able to get financial assistance. And I told them in the chat, anytime someone asked about finance or money, then they're like, here's the link you want. I'm gonna demonstrate it. So I'm gonna demonstrate how it would work. So here's the other link. Okay. Now, so I got a new caregiver. Where can, where can I go to get financial assist? Bam. You see what I just did? It sent the link. So what you are doing is providing a portal or like SharePoint for those of you that work with Microsoft, where people can go get things, but because it's AI, it can ask questions and automatically sends it to them, and they don't have to go look. So what you can do is we can create a GPT, and it sounds like something y'all are interested in, and I'll schedule something right after my vacation, right after, it'll be after Stellar weekend, and then we can go over just GPTs and build and create them, because that's probably going to be a session by itself. But you can build a GPT, and then you can send it to people and say, here, so that, it saves on answering some questions. So you can put a frequently asked question document. What are the top 10 questions people ask? You can upload that in there. And as they chat with this, it'll give them the answer. But you see what it did? It says, you can find financial resources here. And they sent them the link. Does that make sense, y'all? Let me stop. Is this too much? Talk to me.
Makes sense to me.
So these are GPTs. These are little apps within ChatGPT that you can use that go out. Projects stay within house, that you can do a lot of the same things. The difference too with GPTs, I'll say this too. Here's the other big difference. I think it was Al and I talking. GPTs can connect to other apps. So for instance, here's a GPT, and if you go to the store, they have a store. These are all come with ChatGPT. And you can use GPTs on the free version. You just can't create them. So if you go to the free version, you will see all this and you can use them. Here's a GPT, Jimmy, that will create a Canva flyer for you. And it's already built in. And so you just say, hey, create a flyer about a high school graduation on August 5th, 2025. And it's going, of course, it's asking me questions, but it's going to get some more information. Yep. So now it's going to connect to Canva. And it's going to design the flyer. And then, of course, it'll send you a link. It's talking to Canva. You see it?
Say you're doing this template for an organization, a nonprofit. So there's, colors that you like and a design. Can you load up past flyers so it knows to mimic that sort of a look and branding color?
Yep. And that's, remember, and Jimmy and the guys asked about a prompt. You can say, create me a flyer. Remember, in one of the things I said, example, it looks like this. But yes, you can. Part of the custom instructions, Karen, is telling it. If you have particular brand colors, you can say my brand colors are A, B, C, D, E, F, G. All that will be defined in custom instructions. And remember, projects as well as GPTs have custom instructions, which is basically the job description, It tells it, this is how you roll. This is who I am. This is how you do. This is how you talk to me. It gives you everything. This is one of the great benefits of this. And FYI, Google has the same stuff. Google calls it gems. ChatGPT calls it GPTs. I'm in Google right now, and Google has what they call gems. And explore gems. Bam. It's the same thing where if you do a new gem, you put in the custom instructions, give it the name, add database for the knowledge base. Google calls gems. Claude calls it projects. Claude has projects. So if you got either one of them, now Claude does not allow like little apps like ChatGPT does. ChatGPT allows you to, whatever, but they do have the project features. Google has gems, which is basically projects, and ChatGPT has projects.
Does Copilot have something similar? I don't use it as much, but
I don't.
On the company side, that's
right.
The only one they allow.
It's probably does Microsoft Copilot have a project feature? I guess I could have asked Copilot. Y'all tell me what you're thinking. Hey, Bruce, while Microsoft Copilot does not offer a single dedicated project feature, it embeds a powerful array of AI. Basically, no, it doesn't. It has Microsoft project, but it doesn't have a project feature. That's a nice way of trying to explain it, Google. Was nice.
Thank you.
Ms. Vera, so if you're looking to, if I'm understanding you correctly, you want to create like a GPT for people you support and help, that they can go and ask all kinds of questions. And if they need forms, it'll give them a link to download the form. You can do this in projects. The same thing you can create in projects. Look at projects as in-house for your team or for you, where GPTs can go out to the world. I don't think you can share a project. I'm pretty sure of that. Let me see.
It's all right.
This is just for my sake. No, you can't. There's no share feature. So yeah, you can't share a project, but you can definitely share a GPT. And I'm going to send you all this Process Pro. Here's what I'll create. How about this? I'll create a GPT today that will help you improve your prompts. How about that?
That works.
That's great.
And I need y'all to test it. Don't do it. I will. It won't take me about an hour to do it. And it'll automatically prompt you for questions. And then what I will do, and this is to my Mavericks, and all of you should become a Maverick. We have a Facebook group where we all share and we do all this. We talk and, hey, look what I created, y'all. Here's some prompts. You all are welcome to be a part of that. I share information, Karen, Larry, when we hear stuff, we share it. And matter of fact, that's where I'll put it, and then you can test it and let me know if it helped you improve your prompts. Although there is a GPT, if you do search GPTs, I think there is a GPT prompt improver. So there's one out there. So here's what I'll do. Yeah, it's called Prompt Improver. Here's what I'll do. I'll make mine where it can do a regular prompt, a video prompt, or image prompt. Because we taught on how to create images, and there are elements in an image. You need the ratio, you need all this. I'll do that. So it'll ask you, well, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to create an image or a video? You can say yes or no. And then you can say, what do you want to do? And blah, blah. I'll do that. That way my prompt is better than that, or at least has a little more on it. At least I want to believe that. Okay, y'all, talk to me, and then we can go. I do apologize for y'all that got the wrong Zoom thing. It said August for some reason. I don't know why, and I'll take responsibility for that. But are y'all interested in the GPTs?
Definitely.
Yes.
Okay, I'll go ahead and schedule that for like 3 weeks. That'll be the August session. It'll be like, I may have to do it during the week because I am going to be out a couple of weekends. So I may do a weekday, and that may work better for most people, or it have to be the end of August. So I'll go ahead and get that scheduled and put that out there this weekend because I know how to do GPTs. And what I'll do is put in there what kind of GPTs you want to create, and I'll pick like the top 2 or 3, and we'll create them. And then, you can do it. And remember, you can't create them in the free version, but if you have the paid version, ChatGPT, you can create them. So talk to me. How was this, y'all? Was this helpful? You want me to do something else?
It's good. I got a couple of questions.
Yes.
Okay, so I know you mentioned Suno is one of the major AI things for making music, but I hear that you can make your own app and websites, and I think that the doctor that was speaking earlier, she might need her own app. What it sounded like she was saying to me, but so is that possible too?
Jimmy, you playing. Do y'all want me to show y'all something in 3 minutes?
Man, we got 3 minutes. Let's roll.
Jimmy, listen, you don't understand. We be on these calls 4 hours of time. I'm like, y'all, get out of here. Okay, so here's a tool. Here's a no-code tool. I'm going to show y'all. Can y'all still see my purple screen?
Yes.
Have y'all heard of no-code or Vibe, V-I-B-E coding?
No.
I have not.
Okay, no code basically allows people to write programs, build apps, and you ain't got to ever know how to code. But if you know how to prompt, man, so it's called, I'm going to put it in the chat. It's free and you should play with. Matter of fact, I want my Mavericks. Y'all need to build an app. Y'all got to build an app. I'm going to put that out here. It's Lovable.dev. I'm going to put it in the chat. You have a free version. You can play around with it. Lovable. So how about this? We're gonna build an app. So this takes GPTs to a whole nother level. So I want to create an app and this may be where the download piece can come in. I didn't think about this. This is a good idea, Jimmy. How about this? I'm just gonna do something simple that collects contact information. And I don't know. It's just my brain is fried. But once y'all see what we're doing, you'll get an idea. We'll come up with something. But it's called Lovable. I'm gonna log in. I may have used all my free ones. Let me see. Let's build. Oh, okay, cool. Create an app that collects contact information like a CRM, customer relationship management thing. We'll just say that. This is how you can write and build your own apps. And you ain't got, again, prompting. So when people start talking about, oh, prompting is down, can I use this app for my? Absolutely. Okay. If I got any more free credits, we're gonna create an app for a bracelet company. But watch what it does. I'm actually creating for my family, we don't have, like, my sister got all these pictures and all this information, and we have no way of tracking our family tree. And I was getting ready to buy the monthly fee to ancestry.com. And then I thought, wait a minute, let me just build my own. And I'm gonna show y'all what I started. It's coming. So now it's creating it. And I just gave it a simple prompt. Remember, you can always go to ChatGPT. And while it's doing that, okay, remember what we can do. This is what, and y'all got to get used to doing this. What are we going to ask it? What are we going to do? Make it ask you. I want to, so here's the persona, Al. You are an expert coder or developer. I want to create an app for my bracelet company called, what's your bracelet company called, Tanya? Give me you can be a fake name if you want. Tanya. Kinky Wrist. I like it already. Kinky Wrist. That's real creative. Bracelet called Kinky Wrist that will allow people to purchase merchandise, and I can collect payments, contact information, and reviews. I'm using, remember, AI can do almost anything. A tool called Lovable. Write the prompt to paste into this tool. Y'all see what I'm doing? I just went to ChatGPT and told me, give me help. This is what I'm doing. Give me a prompt. Lord, that's tight. So here's the prompt. And it says here, prompt to paste into Lovable.dev. You are an expert app builder. I want you to create a mobile-friendly app for my custom bracelet company called Kinky Wrist. Okay, let's paste it. I hope I didn't use all my free ones. Okay, so here's my CRM. So if I want to add a contact, y'all see what I'm doing? I just built an app. Now you can publish it, and I need to build the back end where it'll collect the data. But you just built an app, and I didn't do any coding. Let me see if I got some free ones left. I got 3 left. Okay. Go ahead. Ask questions.
Okay, on that back end you were talking about, is that going to SQL database or?
It's called It's a free tool called Superbase, and you would set that up. You would set that up through here. Create a project. I'm gonna call it. This is gonna go into a little more complex. So let me just not do that right now. I want to keep it simple, but
Because I had another question after that.
I don't want to go down that rabbit hole and make it too complicated. But yes, you set up the Superbase. That would be the database in the background, and that's not too difficult. You need to be a tiny bit technical to understand that, and you sound like you might know about that. Here's my prompt. Here's the prompt for Kinky Wrist. Oh, we didn't give it any colors, but we can change that. Y'all like this? We're building an app. I didn't write one line of code. I just gave it a prompt. You can build your website. Again, you might need to, I'm gonna plug you, if you're technical, then you can set the background up, and all you gotta do is click publish. And if you want to add a domain, boom, you got it. You got to build the back end because the data is where they're going to collect a lot of the stuff. And that's where you will need a little bit of technical. But if you've had any experiences with databases or Access database or expanded Excel, you might be able to do it. You should be. Okay, so it's building it. Let's see. And it said a sophisticated dark theme with gold accents. Okay, we didn't give it any colors. But the good thing about it is with this tool so Ms. Chapman, we could create an app where you can just give them the link to go to it and they can still ask questions, and we can it's be a little more configuring to add those components, but you can do it this way. Or you can use a GPT. It's just, can you use this tool to enhance an existing website? I don't think so, Karen. I think you can definitely. That's a good question. I don't think. Y'all hitting with some good questions today. Hold on, I gotta check on the security of the projects. Hold on, let me write all this down.
I don't think it'll work just from a
I don't think
technical
it will.
standpoint
Yeah.
because it has to be the platform would actually have to have the
That's true,
feature
because
where
it's
it
built
can
off.
take.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
That
restate
is
that again.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Restate what you just said, Al or Jeff.
To her
You can't.
question, can she improve an existing website by us using AI to build all this stuff? Whatever website she used to create her website, it would have to have an AI feature where then, if it did, she could take the prompt from there, put it on that platform, and then improve it. But most websites don't have AI features yet, so that's why I don't think it would work.
Well, where I was going with it more of because her website is existing and it's probably on a different platform, unless there's a
You can
Like
do
like I said, AI feature.
yeah, you
yeah,
can link to it.
yeah, AI feature. But what I'm getting at is, let me say, I don't want to sound too technical. Unless there's a thing called an API, and API serves as a connector. This is how a lot of apps connect. This is how, if you've heard of Zapier, this is how Zapier users can connect with every app out there in the world. If this had an API, say to what's that web hosting play company, the one that everybody uses, Squares,
GoDaddy.
GoDaddy, then maybe it can go and touch the, but then that she would have had to have a database, a website built with WordPress, because WordPress creates a database.
Yeah,
So
through
it's becoming a little,
WooCommerce.
yeah, WooCommerce, yeah. So it depends on if her existing website is built with like a WordPress or something like that that has a database in the background. If she was built with an AI tool, probably not, because because this is a database engine. If there was a way to connect it to another database, it can just pull everything over. But I don't even think it has an API like that yet. But to answer the question, I don't think so. But I just now I'm gonna check. I just want to see. But I want to check. I'll look into the web support platform to see if they have AI or API features. Or you know what you probably could do, maybe in the prompt, Karen, test it. Say, I want to duplicate the website and give it your link to the website. Put it in the prompt and then put it in Lovable and see what Lovable does.
Okay, because it was I had somebody else build it a couple of years ago, so it's dated and it really doesn't reflect where I'm positioning myself. And I'm like, hey, wait a minute, is there some element ability to use what we're talking about here? So I'll play around with it. Thank you.
Now, I would, just for simplicity, I would definitely use like something like Hostinger. Okay, here it is. Kinky wrist, luxury redefined. Yeah, I don't think any of the buttons work because we got to build the back end. You see this? Where you, Tanya? Did she go? Tanya, here's your kinky wrist. This is nice.
Nice, yeah, nice.
That's nice.
And you can always go and change it. Part of it you can do in the prompt, you can say, oh crap, shoot, 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 shoot.
I'm in shock. Are you kidding me?
You can say, change the colors. I don't know. I really like those colors, but let's find something to change. You can say at this logo. So let me find a picture. AI Takeover logo. Update the website with my attached logo. You just talking to it. AI is amazing, y'all.
This is an app, right? This would be a downloadable app. Is this correct? Or is this a website?
This is a website. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're creating something. You're creating an app, yes. But you don't have to download it to your computer. It's just on the website. So it's getting ready to redo this. And it's saying, oh, can you clarify how you like to use this logo? I'm just going to say rebrand the entire site. I'm going to add this ugly logo to it. No, just kidding. This is really nice to not have given it the colors and the scheme. So now it's getting ready to redo it. Perfect. I'll completely rebrand the site to AI Takeover with your upload. Oh, it may change the colors. So let's see what happens, because I told it to the entire site. But you see it's working. It's working.
And you can add the product line to it too. The actual.
Yes, you can say replace. Well, it's doing it now.
And you have to
say
upload the pictures. You actually
upload pictures. Now let me generate an AI theme, heroes, images, and update the header component. So you see what it's doing, and it's letting you walk through it. So you can build an app. This is just a website. You can build. The whole point of vibe coding, VIBE, is the concept behind it is AI now lets you build apps based on what your vibe. What's my vibe today? My vibe, I want a database of contacts. What's your vibe? VIB. So it's called vibe coding. That's where that derived from. Just like, hey, whatever your vibe is today, tell AI what you want to do, and it'll create it.
Okay, next question. Does it create a pixel for you also? Would it add a pixel to this app?
That's a good question. I've not. I usually upload my pictures, but
No, not pictures, pixel.
Pixel.
Yes.
I don't know. Where would you want to do it?
No, it's basically tracking who visited my website and how far I went into.
Like the Facebook's pixels. Okay. You can probably tell it. Now let me update the hero. It's still updating. You can probably tell it to, that's a good question, because you want to be able to track. I'm sure. Okay, pixel. That's what that like. Facebook.
I got a question.
Yep.
To
Y'all
his
asking really good questions today. I like this.
Okay, to your question, because this is my first time hearing about Pixel. So you want to be
About
able
Lovable.
to,
You mean Lovable?
well, no, he just asked about Pixel because I didn't hear, I didn't know, I wasn't familiar about this tracking. So you mean you want to be able to track like where these people coming from, if they came from Facebook or they came through a website, if that's what it's for?
Well, in Pixel, it will basically track from where it came from, and then how far into your website algorithm did it go? Did it just go to your home page? Did they track maybe to your next page one, page two, look at your gallery? And if you're selling something and you're doing e-commerce, how far did they go into selecting, for this instance, a particular jewelry, right, for the wrist? And did they actually go a little bit deeper and add it to their cart? And then did they purchase after that? So a pixel actually tracks the movement of your audience or your buyer to a certain level. Same thing with radio or whatever. You can find out how much a particular song is being chosen for your radio or for your television show. How long did they stay on that particular song, or did they listen to the whole broadcast? So pixels are used in various different ways depending on what your market is.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's tracking pixel. Yep. I was just going to find an article and send something out to it. But yes, it just tracks web traffic and web flow and where people are going and what they're doing. And it can help you, especially if you're into any type of business where you provide those kind of stats for your clients and different things like that. You can say, hey, it looks like your people are doing this, they're doing that.
Basically give you all the backdoor analytics, basically.
Yes. It's it's totally for analytical purposes. And if you're in that type of business, you definitely want to get into doing that. Or if you're going to offer those kind of services, you should know how those work so that you can be able to tell your clients, hey, your web traffic has increased 30% since you hired me, and whatever.
And even for like your commercial, you're running commercials for a client, and they can look at which commercials are working and which ones are not. And you can inform your clients, hey, it doesn't look like this commercial is working very well. Can we change up and do something a little bit different? Have your marketing team rewrite, so you can kind of give them a little bit more service to your brand when it comes to what you're doing for your clients.
So Tanya, I totally messed up your site. I told it to rebrand. I didn't mean to do that. So it rebranded using my logo. So now we got an AI Takeover website. It totally messed up your night.
Took it over.
It's about to you so we can get it back.
But it's lovable. Y'all go out and play with it. There are a lot of tools out here. And as always, I'll close out with my favorite. Y'all know where I'm getting ready to go.
Hey, could you put that in the chat, that pixel thing? That's really, because I've used analytics a lot.
Danae, if you you use just Facebook or whoever, you have one, why don't you put that in there? And y'all, I'm going to put the, because I have not used pixels, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to put the website in. Y'all join our Facebook community. Let's be one of the Mavericks, and where we share all kinds of stuff. Go ahead and join. NotebookLM. Y'all know this is my favorite. Everybody should be using this. This allows you, this is definitely if you're into any kind of research or anything, but what I do with NotebookLM is, remember I just said, and it's free. It's free. So let me show you let me find the file, and then I'm gonna shut up for real. Okay, there we go. So this came out the 23rd, America's AI Action Plan. NotebookLM allows you to upload documents, and here's what you can add: sources, Google Docs, Google Slides. You can do a website. You can take a YouTube video, or you can upload text, and it will interpret it for you. It will transcribe. You can talk to it. You can ask questions, or you can create a podcast from it. So this is one of my favorite. If you have a Gmail account, you have this. Everybody should be using NotebookLM. Here's the safety security thing and I'm glad y'all asked this. So let me show you. So he's got America's AI action plan. So it provides a little summary. You can do a briefing doc from it. You can create FAQ, or you can ask questions just like any other prompt. How does the plan aim to accelerate U.S. AI innovation and adoption? Well, it gives you some prompts you can ask. Give me something to ask. What do you want to know about this plan that Donald Trump is trying to do? Give me something to ask.
How does it benefit small businesses?
Good. Okay. How does it benefit small businesses? Let's see what it says. American Action Plan aims to benefit small business through several key initiatives, fostering an environment conducive to innovation, enabling easier AI adoption, blah, 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 blah. Here's how it plans to benefit. And it breaks it down. So now you don't have to read long documents. If you got a book you're trying to work through it or anything like that. Let's say you got a YouTube video. NotebookLM is I live in NotebookLM. It is a excellent way to even just do stuff. So, here's a guy. Okay. He did a video on the latest feature of ChatGPT. You can add a video source, a YouTube video, paste it in, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to do a podcast on just that. And then, y'all. So let's refresh. And the thing in Notebook, when you start using it, those who haven't used it, if you prompt something, it gives you an answer. If you don't save it, when you refresh it, it'll go away. But if you save it, it goes over here. Let's say, what are the latest features of ChatGPT based on the source? Here's the thing that makes NotebookLM a safer, based on the source, than some of the others. NotebookLM does not go out to the internet. It does not train on your information. It only answers based on what you feed it. So if the information is not here, it won't have an answer. So if I ask you, when was Google, well, it might know this because it's Google, Gemini started, it probably won't know that. Yeah, there's no information regarding Google Gemini because there's nothing here. So it hallucinates less. The word hallucination is when AI gives you crazy answers. You're like, what? Where did that come from? And because it's only based on the sources you feed it. I did a session with Tennessee State, and a lot of educators are now starting to use this because it's perfect for, and you can still prompt it though. It's built on Google Gemini, so you can tell it, write me a blog post, but it's only based on this. It doesn't go out to the internet. So that makes it a lot safer, and it's not training. Now you can tell it to go discover stuff, and you can say, well, what do you want to discover? And you can tell it, and it will go out, and it typically uses sources like Google Scholar and a lot of the Google sources, but you can tell it that. That's one thing with NotebookLM. Now let's take his action plan and let's make a podcast. And you can do this with anything. I have a notebook for all of my bills, meaning like if I want to know account numbers and different things like that. I don't keep like social security numbers, but I keep a lot of that in there. Like, what's my account number for this? Or I just go to that particular source and, boom, you can still prompt it. You click generate to generate a podcast, and it's going to create a podcast based on America's AI action plan. Or you can, I could have, before I hit it, I could have said, focus only on this, that, and the other. But it's going to create a podcast, and I'll let you hear. And but NotebookLM is a great way of keeping track of stuff, keeping up with information, because you can always go back to it. It's similar to like what projects did, but this was first. This is a lot safer with your data because it doesn't train on it, and it only responds to the data you got here. If it's not in here, or if you didn't discover it and download it, it won't give. Again, I can go to ChatGPT and ask when Google Gemini started, and it'll answer because it goes out. But this, if it's not here, it doesn't. So that keeps your stuff a little bit safer, and they don't train on it. So has anybody ever used NotebookLM? This is a lot, I know.
This is my first time hearing that it's available to anybody who's got Gmail.
Oh yeah, it's been out a couple of years. Notebook, and there's a mobile version of it. And keep in mind, and with the free version, you can upload up to 50 sources. So remember, you got a Google Docs, a website. If you want to get let's just let me find a website. I don't know, Reddit. That's too much. It's got too much going on. But I don't know. Let's just say it can. Let me tell you, it will what they call crawl the website and give you information. Here's a pricing plan for Microsoft. Let me grab that. You go on there, you say link website, and you paste it. You can put more than one. You insert it, and there's a mobile version of NotebookLM. AI is all over the place. Just go and get with it. So, and it's only based on the sources you give it. All right.
Jeff, can I ask you a question?
Absolutely. I'm talking too much. Yes. Talk.
Okay. So I'm wondering if I can do this in NotebookLM, but I did a strategy session and I had people send me a quick, maybe less than 3-minute video clip of their action items. Could I put those into NotebookLM and let them transcribe that for me?
Yeah, a video. Yeah, it's got to be off YouTube though.
Okay. Is there a better source? I mean, they just sent me videos that they recorded on their phone.
Okay. Yes. Give me a second. It's just an easier way to do it.
Yeah.
Well, any one of the tools we've talked about, like Riverside or Descript, they got free versions, and you can just upload into it. Or if you bought the Cast Magic that I was telling everybody about, you can upload into it. But I think Cast Magic even has a free version. Here's check this out, y'all. Check this out. I need y'all to see this. So the podcast, I created a podcast from Donald Trump's America AI Action Plan. Check this out, and just check out what I'm doing.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're here to give you that shortcut to being truly well-informed on...
Oh, hey, I think our listeners got something to say.
Yes, how does this program help small businesses? It's got some delays. So what I'm
Welcome
doing
to the Deep Dive. We're here to give you that shortcut to being truly well-informed. Hey there, how can we help?
How does this program help small businesses? It's not picking up my mic. So what you can do with it, it could be because
we're here to give you that shortcut to being truly well-informed.
So what you can do with it, and it could be because I got my mic talking to y'all and it's trying to talk here, but you can interact with the podcast. So I can say, I don't want to hear that. What does Article 313 say? Or you can say, how does it help with minority-owned organizations? So NotebookLM allows you to chat with documents and information. So through this podcast, it will go straight to it. I want to let me see if I can try it again.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're here to give you that shortcut to being truly... Whoa, did someone just break the fourth wall? Let's hear it.
Can you hear me? Yeah, it's not picking up my mic. Probably because
Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're here to give you that.
Anyway, that's one of the great things about NotebookLM. So if you got a contract to my people that do contracts, and you can put it in NotebookLM, and you can either make a podcast from it, and then you can ask it questions. You can stop it because it said, hey, somebody want to say something. What you got? You can go, well, what does this part of the contract mean? Or does the contract say anything about this? Or you can just prompt it. Here it is. I didn't turn on my mic. Okay. Because I really want to show y'all this feature.
It lays out this whole strategy.
Welcome to the Deep Dive.
Hey, welcome. What's up?
Hey, can you hear me?
Hey there. Yes, we can absolutely hear you.
Loud and clear. Thanks for chiming in.
We're just getting started on America.
Hey, yeah. What's up?
So how does this program help minority-owned businesses?
That's a really excellent question, and it's something the plan actually addresses directly.
Yeah, it's a critical point to consider how this ambitious vision includes everyone.
The plan emphasizes enabling AI adoption across the board.
And it specifically mentions reaching small and medium-sized businesses.
Right. It talks about the National Telecommunications and Information Administration, or NTIA.
That's part of the Department of Commerce, or DOC.
Oh, yeah, uh-huh.
Is there anything in this bill specifically for African Americans?
That's a great follow-up question, and it ties directly into what we were just discussing.
While the plan doesn't specifically call out African Americans as a distinct group,
it does emphasize empowering American workers in the age of AI.
And supporting diverse businesses, which includes African American-owned businesses.
The focus is on expanding AI literacy and skills development for all.
With initiative...
Y'all see that? Talk to me.
That was far more powerful than I thought it would be. Wow.
What you say, Darius? I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. I was just saying that's fire, just as far as being able to interact with it in that capacity, and it literally being a teaching slash again conversation for education purposes.
Jimmy.
Yeah, that's wild. It's wild.
Yeah. And it's free. You get this with Google. So what can y'all see y'all using this for? I mean, I use it for just personal things at home, as well as when I want to learn something. if there's a YouTube video, if there's something out there, like in the case of even what Karen said, if like her friends had just say if they uploaded their videos to YouTube, all she had to do was go to YouTube, put the link in, and she can go, well, what is she talking about? What is Mary talking about? And okay, give me a plan to help Mary with her question. And then, because you got the chat here. It's built on Google Gemini, which is their version of, competition to ChatGPT. So you can still prompt it and make it do things. It just doesn't run out to the internet to get information. It bases its answers off whatever is over here. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Everybody should have NotebookLM in my opinion. And it's free. There's a mobile version.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so say, here's something else. And I promise you, I ain't gonna say no more. I keep saying I'm gonna shut up. So let me take this off. So say if I wanted to create a study guide from this, they got built-in prompts or they got a timeline, but just say if I wanted to create a 4-module course to train AI mavericks, that's going to be for y'all, on how to share this plan with their students. And it's all based on whatever information I provided. So now it's getting ready to create a 4-module course. So if someone said, well, Karen, you do AI a lot and you call yourself one of the mavericks and y'all out there doing that stuff. Can you explain this new thing Trump trying to do? Oh, sure, absolutely. Blah, blah, blah. Here's a 4-module course. So there's nothing you can't learn. Because if it's on a video, if it's on a website, if it's in a file, just throw it into NotebookLM and then just ask questions. What is this? What does this mean? What is this talking about? Create me an outline. All right, I'm gonna shut up for real.
Okay, that's a lie, first of all. But anyway, but my mind is blown because I'm thinking of work and personal all at the same time of things that I could do with this, and this is powerful
and it's free
and free.
Y'all know I keep telling you, I'm prejudiced towards Google. I know there's a lot of great tools out there, but I am prejudiced towards Google. Google is, and this is still an underrated tool. It's still not as broad spread as it should be. And you can also check this out. You can also do mind maps with this thing. So it can take, where'd it go? It can take, let me refresh. So we got this America's First. Where my mind map? So now you can say, give me a mind map. And a mind map basically takes what you have and it just breaks it out in a visual way where you can kind of section it off and get these. Watch this. Let me show you. And I'm going to show you this mind map. So you can even take your work or whatever you have loaded up in here. Look at America's First Action Plan. Here's the intro. Here's all the stuff, the race for global dominance. Here's all the information. And you can still chat with it. This NotebookLM is amazing. And this is free. The only reason I have the paid version is because I use Google Drive. But yeah, it's free. So if you got a Gmail account, you can got this. They have an app version. I think Karen says she downloaded. This is going to be really helpful going forward. Yes, learning this trading thing. There's any topic you want to learn. Upload all them YouTube videos. You can create as many notebooks as you want. You see, I got quite a few. And then they got some featured ones that you can play around with, that you can learn and work with. This is amazing. And like I said, free. The only difference between the free version and my paid version, the free version gives you 50 sources. My paid version gives me 300. But 50 sources is a lot. And if you run out, then just create another folder with another 50 sources. And it was websites, documents, or text. You can't beat it. If you got some text you just want to copy, just copy it in here. And now it's boom, it's one of the sources.
And how do you get to it through the Gmail?
Yeah, you just go to NotebookLM. Let me put it in here. Yeah, just type NotebookLM and it's going to prompt you for your Gmail. Let me see if I'll show you. Let me share it real quick. Yeah, and they got it on the app too, on your phone. But you just type NotebookLM and just hit enter. Google NotebookLM is made by Google. You're going to see this and it's going to say try NotebookLM. You can get the app and then it's going to prompt you, for your Gmail, your account. I already got it set up, but yeah, there you go. Okay. Perplexity is another LLM. It's a large language model. So here are there's a couple ones. So you got ChatGPT, Google Gemini, and it's in this document, guys. I didn't add Perplexity, but I will. But it does the same things pretty much as ChatGPT, except I always advise people to use Perplexity if you're doing research. It is any of my students or going to school or use Perplexity because it does an amazing job at citations and things like that. I don't know if it can create images, and I don't know if I think it has projects. I think they all got projects now, but I don't know if it can create videos. Like Claude can't create videos or images yet, but Claude is amazing at writing. Anybody use Claude?
I do.
Yeah, Claude is amazing at writing, but Perplexity is just another one. So the top four were ChatGPT, Google, Perplexity, and Claude, and that thing, and Copilot. Now you got Grok, which is Elon Musk's one. Then you got DeepSeek. So it's because then Meta, Facebook has their own. Anyway, so what y'all think? I'm gonna grab some water, and then we're gonna wrap up. Let me just grab water really quick, guys. All right, y'all. Any last comments, thoughts? Be sure to join the Facebook community. And y'all said y'all want to do the GPTs next?
Yes.
Yeah, that would be cool.
GPTs, yeah.
Okay. So that'll be next month. We'll do the GPTs. And we'll actually create some GPTs. But we'll be playing around with some stuff. For those of y'all that are new to the Facebook community, we've been playing around with creating images and creating videos. If y'all do some stuff, share it with us. And if you see some stuff out there, share it with prompts and things like that. That's where I'll be putting a lot of this out. And some of the things that I didn't get to cover, I'll pick up on our Facebook group. So please be sure to join Facebook Business Marketing to Find Pixels, a NotebookLM, and Lovable. I'll put a recap on the page where the Mavericks. I call y'all the Mavericks because we taking over AI and we're gonna dominate. To the new people, how was this? Was this helpful?
Yes, I'm becoming engaged. I'm not a computer literate person, but I am becoming engaged because I see we're not gonna be able to make it without this AI.
Yeah.
So
But
I appreciate it.
You're saying if you know how to ask for what you want, and I can go into more depth on the prompt thing. I'll put that into the Facebook group. If you want me, I can do a short video. I think I created one, but I can do a video or put some videos out there that kind of break down those 6 components. Matter of fact, I will. There's one this guy recorded. Don't need to reinvent the wheel. That breaks down the prompts. And remember to use that ask. What are you going to do? Ask qualifying questions. Say that after me. Ask qualifying questions.
One at a time.
But it's best one at a time. I like one at a time so it don't flood me with 10 questions at the same time. Because oftentimes, if you do it one at a time, based on your answer, it may go in a different direction and cut it short. So I like one at a time. Anything else? Y'all, this was great.
Thank you very much. This has been wonderful. I'm a newbie too.
Good.
This has been fascinating.
Awesome.
I just wanted to say I had another Zoom call. I chose you over it.
Well, I appreciate it. I do. Thank you. And I'm going to put the link back. If you're not part of the group, please join the group. We interact out there, and it's a lot easier for me to get stuff to y'all and not have to wait a month. And feel free to ask questions. Hey, y'all, do you know about this, that, and the other? I would love to talk more about the pixels because I've not used them, but I'd like to know a little more about those of you that use that. Use that platform for that. All right, y'all?
Hey, Jeff.
Yeah. Feel free to ask questions. I'm just trying to get y'all out of here because it's like, go ahead.
Okay, so my question, you talked about, I don't know if it was the NotebookLM that you use this. I thought I heard you say something about for Ancestry.
Oh, it's the Lovable. Oh,
Lovable. Okay.
Yeah. I built let me get the kinky wrist out. Hold on. I built I haven't finished it. I think it was Alan. I built through Lovable because my family, we don't really have a way of tracking. And so what I asked it was to build, I told her, I went to ChatGPT and said, I want to build an app with Lovable and talk to it like that, y'all. I want to build an app with Lovable, a family tree similar to ancestry.com. I want to be able to upload pictures. I want to be able to upload videos. I want to be able to blog. And then I said, ask me qualifying questions until you're comfortable. You can give me the prompt for Lovable. And then it started asking me, say, well, do you want to have people have logins? Do you want to make somebody an admin? It asked me all that, and then it gave me the prompt to put in Lovable. So now, and this is what, I'm saying this, y'all can't see.
Share your screen.
Yeah. And this is what came out. This is what I got. It built this. And I could still change some of this text. None of the buttons work yet because I haven't built the back end. I haven't enacted the database. But yeah. But this is, and I'm going to fix some of this. But yeah, And you can, and even if you feel like, oh, that seems too complicated, you can just go tell it over here of stuff like, I think I'm out of credits, but you can say, like, for instance, I tried to click it and it wouldn't, work. So I was like, I can't click the tree. Help me figure it out. And it will troubleshoot and fix it automatically. You don't have to learn coding, y'all.
That's crazy.
I mean, I know HTML. I mean, it's been so long, I can go back and get it, but I don't want to. I'm not interested. So it will fix the errors on its own. The technical piece will be, maybe kind of setting up the little database, but that's not going to be, too difficult. And I'll probably do it enough to make it easy. But yeah. But if you notice this, go ahead.
Wow. No, I love that. I know you said, I know enough to be dangerous. I'm not techie, but I'm adjacent to techie.
You're the cousin to it.
Yeah, I am.